them.
Well, let me confirm what you're saying. We had Wayne Madsen, who went to that big international, somewhat government-run swine flu symposium 3 weeks ago in D.C., and we got their internal program and the cover. In fact, we broke that it was originally happening as a listener in D.C., sent it to us, and then we covered it all. And no, that was discussed openly. And then one of the government people said, kick the media out of here, turn off recording devices. And the whole thing was about what will the public accept. And now we broke at prisonplanet.com last week an article that had the government document in it. They're sending to business owners, even small ones. And the questionnaires there saying, will you forcibly inoculate your employees? Will you do what you're told? Will you go to quarantine centers? So it's confirmed. The feds are testing with their antennae out in the wind to decide if they're going to make their move. We're being studied by the psychological warfare system. Right now, they're making the decision. And God help us.
Well, Alex, what's the solution here? How do we mobilize people to make a decision of what they're going to do to protect their families and their communities? How do we get, what's the how-to? I mean, there's, we send out a lot of information. I mean, you give information hour after hour every day. I do a lot of radio. I'm on the internet a lot. I write a lot of articles. And the bottom line is people say, okay, this is great. I'm hearing what you're saying, but what should I do? What's my how-to?
Well, we can't tell you get sunshine and get colloidal silver. We can't. I mean, we're telling you they're going to set up checkpoints, so they decide to drop the hammer. All I can do is try to reach as many people as I can, and spend up most of my time just trying to fund my operation. I mean, it's not a powerlessness. We know we're reaching more people than ever, but it doesn't look like it's enough soon enough. And I don't know, what are the solutions, doctor? I mean, all I can do is sit here and go, okay, Bayer knowingly put HIV and hepatitis in all these shots and killed all these people, MSNBC. Okay, they nerve gas troops in Project Shad. Okay, they radiated foster children, 4,300 of them. I wouldn't trust anything this government does. Okay, the White House science czar wrote a 1,100-page government textbook saying they want to poison us and sterilize us through vaccines and water, and the UN's declassified that in tetanus shots they sterilized Asian, African, and Latin American women. I mean, we know they're a bunch of lunatic Nazi killers, and they just keep killing us. It's like I live in Nazi Germany, and I'm going, Hitler's bad, Hitler's bad, Hitler's bad. And I send my guys to Pennsylvania. They go up and ask to speak to the military liaison officer. The police come and say they're terrorists and put them on terror list. I mean, it's just insanity.
So, is there any hope? I mean, what do we do? I mean, you're absolutely right, and nobody can refute your research or your data or anything that you say. But when all politics is local and all protection happens within the confines of your own house. So we have to get people to not be afraid of their neighbors, to go and talk to other people, let them know to go to Prison Planet and to InfoWars and read the material and listen to your show and listen to what I have to say and go to Pandemic Flu Online and download those flyers and hand them out to everybody that they know and let everybody around, because everybody in their neighborhood know that when they start coming to your door, this is what's going to happen. And if you take the shot, this is what might happen to you. So,
and you better know that a shot they're trying to make you take is bad. I mean, their history, when they try to force something, this is the hot needle. Dr. Tenpenny, stay there. I want to come back and take some calls with you. drtenpenny.com. We'll put it up on screen for everybody who's also watching at prisonplanet.tv with Simulcast, the radio show there. I got a wife and 3 children. I got a grandmother. I got my parents, and I am so angry. Dr. Sherri Tenpenny has graciously agreed to stay with us 20 minutes in the next hour, so we're going to start going to your calls immediately when we start the 4th hour. The last 30 minutes, Rob Dew, Jason Douglas, Jason Burmis from the G20, openly announcing the end of the dollar in the next couple of years, openly announcing global government. Just so much is happening, and they need this crisis of the flu. The UN bragged a couple of months ago, this was great for world government. Everybody was following the World Health Organization orders. Is it immoral? So I tell people not to do anything illegal, but now they're making everything illegal. That people around the country are going to Walgreens and spraying flu shot is poison, squalene mercury on the side of Walgreens. I don't think you should do that, but you probably should, put up basic facts, hand out flyers, go to Sherri Tenpenny's website, hand those out to people. That's your First Amendment right. But if the flu shot causes Guillain-Barré's with anybody, if it causes neurological problems, if this has happened in the past, is it more immoral to not warn people and let them die or get sick? Or is it more immoral to spray paint on the side of Walgreens? Dr. Sherri Tenpenny.
Well, I don't know about immoral, but it certainly could be illegal. So I think that there's other ways. I mean, I saw your report on that, and I saw the letters, and I saw what you wrote underneath there, and I agree. Nobody's condoning people to go out and do vandalism and do that. But, on the other hand, good for them that they were brave enough to do it. Because I think that we've been so indoctrinated with fear for so long, fear from so many different areas, that we're afraid to stand up and say and go hand out flyers. If you go to pandemicfluonline.com or you go to drtenpenny.com and you download the flyers that says the truth about the flu shot. There's another one on Pandemic Flu Online that's about the Raggedy Ann doll, and it tells you the whole history of what the mandatory vaccination is about. I keep a stack of those in the back of my car. And when I go into restaurants or I go into places like Macy's or Walmart or any place like that, I just take a handful of them and I just walk down the aisle and I just say, here's something you might want to look at. I don't engage in conversation. I don't want to debate. And I don't really much care if they just throw them in the trash. But you never know where those might go. That person may take those and make 500 copies and hand them out to everybody in their church.
I think what you're saying is resistance is victory. You have the truth, you resist, banner hangs on highways,
yes.
Posters, yes. Signs, city yes. council. We are the people.
Yes.
If the listeners start, which they've done, that's why the show's so powerful, because of you, the listeners and viewers.
Yep.
If you go out and take action, spread links of this video, this audio to everybody you know, if you tell people about drtenpenny.com, if you just get involved, we're unstoppable. But if you sit there in fear, that's why they're now telling people, protest the government, you're going to be put on a no-fly list. If we give in to that, they win. I mean, that is ultimate tyranny to say, no judge, no jury, we just put you on a secret list. Did you know that just happened to my people in Pittsburgh?
No, I didn't.
I talked to the police. They were bragging about it. They go, yeah, they called the rental car place off our license plate and said, you're trying to talk to the military. You're a terrorist. We're putting you on a list, and I'm going to have to probably sue them. We just lost Dr. Sherri Tenpenny. We're going to call her back. Yeah, that phone system drops. We may have to go to a regular landline system, or whatever happened. But we'll get her back on. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on, what these people do. And they just totally immoral. They think of us as not even human. Frame somebody, lie about somebody, set somebody up, say my guys ran from the military, total lies. I was on the cell phone when we went up to talk to the troops, said we want to talk to your public information officer. They said, come back tomorrow. And then they call the police and say, guys, we're at the perimeter. They ran. They're terrorists. Get them. I mean, this is the insanity. I'm surprised my guys aren't in the news in shackles. We caught Al-Qaeda. We caught them. We caught them. We caught them. Dr. Sherri Tenpenny, stay there. We're back in 1 minute. We're going to go to calls and talk a lot more about this issue in the next 20 minutes with Dr. Sherri Tenpenny. Infowars.com is our website. drtenpenny.com is hers. Stay with us.
Thank you.
We're having trouble getting a hold of my crew in the middle of a demonstration in Pittsburgh, PA for the G20. I hope they'll be here in 30 minutes. Stay with us for that. Dr. Sherri Tenpenny, you ready to go to calls?
I am.
Let's talk to Aaron in Utah. Aaron, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Good. What's on your mind?
Good. Good. Hey, just real quick question for you. I was listening to your show and another show, RBN with Dr. Chua, and he just released some information from Bob Chapman saying that there's a naval vessel somewhere off the coast that's been fully quarantined now because the ship's captain and petty officer and many others have died from swine flu injections.
Well, that's amazing. We'll check that. Email it to writers@infowars.com. But that's, always with the 1918, 1976, 77, the deadly thing only happens on a base, and then they try the forced inoculation. Dr. Sherri Tenpenny, comments on that?
Well, that would be pretty interesting to track that down to find out if that's true. But, I think they're suspecting those things, Alex. I'm sure you reported a couple of days ago when the Canadian government sent swine flu vaccine in syringes and body bags to the Indians in northern Manitoba, the Indian reservations up there. So was that the message that if you die from the flu, here's your body bags, or was that the message if you get your flu shot, you're going to die, and here's your body bag?
Yeah, that